Howdy folks. Decided to vlog today. Right now I'm on the camera riding some of the trails. I wanted to see if they were overgrown because I know over there it's getting a little high. This one's pretty beat. We beat it down pretty good since we made it. It's actually been a little bit since I've ridden on it, but we got it beat down well enough. I think the rain kind of prevented things from growing down here too, down by the right down by the creek. And so we got this side, and then of course the other side is where I started making trails at first, and this would be like up top of the hill climb and then coming down. Pretty sure I showed you guys this landscape in another video. Right now not a whole lot going on because it's Sunday. What golf ball? Look at that. Lucky day. Anyway, Drew's working on the truck. He's putting the center console in his truck. He wanted to, not exactly sure what he had planned for it, but he's making one out of wood, and that's going to be a center console. He took out the flip up one. It's going to be a solid console, so instead of flipping up for a seat, it's just going to sit down on the center console section of the truck. And so he's working on that right now. I'm not sure what all he's wanting to do with that, but it was looking halfway decent. But I'm excited to see what it looks like whenever he's done. And then this morning we were getting the barn set up for some more chickens coming in. They'll be coming in Wednesday, I think. So we got plywood set up for their pen, and then we get feed for them tomorrow because we buy it by the ton. So we get skids of it and then store it in the trailer. We have a trailer that we put it in so that way the rats can't get to it. Still find a way. And then that's really about it. Yeah, between the chickens and the trucks, our schedule's pretty well full. So, I'm still needing to get a radiator ordered for Owen's truck after I snatched the one out of his truck for mine. So I gotta get that ordered sometime this week, and then I really need to get the rear CV boot for this. If I mentioned that earlier or not, but this back one, we were riding one day, and a piece of barbed wire wrapped around it and split that open. I mean, it's still sealed decently, so I've been running it, but I really need to get it changed. And then the tuner went out, so I think I'm going to go with the DynoJet. I think it's the DynoJet Vision, and then I'm going to go with that one. And that one needs is your diagnostics port, whereas the other one, so it just plugs in there, and it like has tunes on it, and it flash tunes. Whereas the other one, it was just the fuel tuner and just the EFI, so it went into the injector. But this one raises temperature of the bike, and then it raises the governor, so the governor's higher for the speed. It may be all it changes, but there's a couple different tunes that you can get, and they come pre-installed with tunes, or you can select your own tunes and have them install the tunes on the little box that you get. And then it's one of those tuners where you tune it and then you can take it off, and you don't have to worry about damaging the tuner or ruining it, because that's what I think happened with that RJW, yeah, that RJWC one, because it mounted right on the side of the bike, so all the mud and the water that I was running through and the plugs were pretty well open, so it just got covered. And then a couple days I let it set out in rain, and I'm pretty sure that is what did it, because I would notice it would run fine, but like you'd stop for a second and then it bog down, and then it would act like it wasn't getting enough fuel. And then probably be about 4 or 5 weeks ago now, we were running at a buddy's place, and me and Drew were running down to the racetrack and got down there and it just shut off, and I was still in drive and I didn't hit any of the switches, and I kind of wondered if it was the tuner. I was like, surely this thing didn't go out. Well, I went to fire it up and I got nothing. So I was like, well, I'll unplug that tuner and see what I got. And so luckily it started and it ran fine, but you're not really supposed to run without the tuner, because it kind of, I think it makes them run lean, like they're not getting not enough fuel, but quite a bit of air if you have an aftermarket exhaust on it. So I'll try and get one of those ordered here within a couple weeks, and then I need to get coolant put in it because it was running a little warm, not like super hot where it was overheating, but it was running closer to the 300 range than it normally does, because the fan kicks on at 205, and then for a while it was running about 210, and then the last time we ran it, I think it was the top temp that I got was 230. I believe it was 230, and that was just almost, it was still about the midway point. Not anything to worry about, but it's not good on the motor, I'm sure. But the thing is, with this, your coolant is right here underneath this piece. So this is all one piece on both sides, so that's got to come off. And then you can see the cap right here. It's like underneath here, but you can't get in it to fill it, which I suppose if you had a funnel, as long as you get the cap off, you can just pour in there and fill that thing up, which is honestly what I'm going to try to do. And then I believe it takes I think the extended life coolant is in it, because I was kind of looking at the colors, and it looks similar to, it's almost like a pink color, I think. And I was looking on Can-Am's website the other day, and they had an orange. It says orange, but it looked similar to the color that was in it. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna run it. Which if anything, you can drain it out, and then I do need to give it a bath, but I'm gonna probably do that after I get the boot on, because I don't want to worry about water getting in there, and which, not that it hasn't had water in it already, but it just is what it is. So I'm gonna do that, and then see where that goes. Hopefully, like I said, I want the tuner that I can get on it. So that's about all with the bike. So I'm actually gonna go up the trail and around to some of our other trails. Probably leave the camera on, and you guys can just watch if you want. I mean, all that looks halfway decent. But we're really don't worry about this too much, because this was all like briars and stuff. And then after we clear it, not a whole lot's growing back up here. Now that over there, that's getting pretty bad. I was up there the other day. I dumped my corn back in this lower bottom down here, and that's all like the viney stuff, and some of these trees like this stuff that grows really fast. And then there's a bunch of briars over there, so it almost need to take a weed eater back over there again and take care of that. But that'll be another day's project. So that's all I got for today. But if you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we appreciate the support. We're almost to 600, which is about, honestly, like to be at about 600 probably in a couple months, hopefully. And you guys make that happen. So thanks for the support, and we'll catch you in the next one.